Okay, I just want to say like 3 words of thanks. Thanks. No. Thank everyone that's involved in putting on the conference, our collaborating partners, and everyone who attended. Once again, it's just been a very beautiful conference, and it's really worked out well. And we really appreciate all the input and the collaboration and the work that's involved. So, thank you to everyone involved and the training corps of the Avance Center, as well as the Council of Governments and the Regional Primary Care Coalition. So don't go anywhere yet, because we're just going to have a brief introduction to a group of very engaged young people, and we want to make sure that you go see the exhibit, the photo exhibit. The photographer is Oliver Contreras, and the name of the exhibit in general is Unaccompanied. And we hope that you take some time to walk around and look at those photos, and that you feel some, inspiration from what you see. And if you do, and if you would like to, there are some note cards in a receptacle where you can put some messages to the youth. So please do, and we'll make sure that the youth receive those. So now I'd like to turn it over to our engaged group of youth, and you can feel free to introduce yourselves. Thank you.
Hello, good evening, everybody. My name is Karina, and I was born in El Salvador, but moved here to the U.S. when I was about 10 years old. I am now a freshman at Marymount University, pursuing a psychology major. So first, I want to start by sharing with you how I got to know Caresen. And it was when I was in high school. A friend of mine, which is one of our youth sitting here, invited me to an event that Caresen was hosting in front of the White House. It was a vigil to advocate for family reunification and to ask President Obama to stop deportations of families. So that was the first event that I attended to, and then I got to meet Rachel Gittinger, which is the Director of Citizenship and Civic Engagement at Caresen. I also got to meet other youth who were part of the Youth Leadership Program at Caresen, and I got more involved. I started to go into the vigils that they had. I also did community service hours with them, and I got to participate in the summer youth employment over the last 2 summers, working with Caresen. And it was during the summer of 2015 when Rachel introduced to me the project of Voz y Tu Voz, which consists of looking for youth, immigrant youth, who wanted to share their stories with the public and talking about their struggles, their journeys, their dreams, why do they come here. So we hosted a couple of workshops at Cardoso Educational Campus. I remember going there and talking to the youth about the importance of telling their stories so that nobody else comes and tell your story for you, because it's only you who know what you have been going through and why you are here, who you are. Nobody can tell your story better than you can. So I remember telling the youth who were recently arrived to the DC area. And I also remember that we taught them some storytelling techniques so that they were prepared if they wanted to join our program, our project. And the next step was to do an interview at Caresen, where it was a conversation type interview so that the youth will feel comfortable telling their stories, talking about their struggles, their journeys, what they have been through, their families, and what they have, the plans that they have for the future. So that was basically the point of the interview. And the next step was taking the portraits, where Oliver Contreras came and partnered with Caresen to do that. And we actually had a lot of fun taking the pictures because we got to learn a lot of photo taking techniques with Oliver. I remember we helped him taking the pictures of our partners. So that was a good learning experience. And the interesting thing is and I want to share with you this, is that while we were taking the pictures, Oliver asked us to think about our stories, to think about what we just had shared with him in the interview, so that our faces represent that expression of what we feel when we think about our stories, when we think about where we come from, what we have left behind, and why we are here, who we are. So if you haven't seen the pictures yet, I invite you to go see them. They are out here in the hallway. So come see the pictures, and you will see that that expressions in our eyes is what we feel when we think about our stories, when we think about who we are and what do we want to express through our stories, and also through the pictures and through the expressions that we have in our faces. That's who we are. That's who the youth, immigrant youth, are. So I invite you to check out the pictures, and I want to invite my friend Mauricio to come, and he will share with you some of his experience relating to healthcare and being an immigrant here in the area. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mauricio. I was born in El Salvador and moved to the United States at the end of 2013 to reunite with my mother after 10 years. I attend Cesar Chavez Capitol Hill High School. I am in my senior year. After high school, I planning to attend to Marymount University or Ohio Valley University and pursue a career on the dentistry field. I am also one of the participants of the Unaccompanied Minors Project. I am here today to share with you my experience as an immigrant in the United States, and especially the struggles that we face as the immigrant communities with healthcare. In my personal experience, I have been fortunate to have health insurance. I was able to obtain vaccinations and exams required by the school in order to attend, but many immigrants' kids do not have the same privilege to have health insurance and how to pay for all the required procedures to attend school. I also had the opportunity to obtain braces and did not have to pay for them. If the health insurance had not paid for my braces, I will not have gotten them because they were out of my financial reach. The doctor told me that they cost about $7,000. Another situation I have experienced related to healthcare is that during an immigration process, I was required to move to the state of Maryland to obtain the benefits of the Special Immigrant Juvenile Status Program. My mom and I decided not to move because it implied that my family and I would have lost our health insurance. My mom and my grandfather are diabetics, and they need medication to control their conditions. As a result, I was unable to obtain any benefits from immigration. It was an upsetting situation because if Maryland had the same or similar opportunity for healthcare, we have moved and would have obtained the benefit that I qualify for. I have come here to share with you my experience with the purpose to let you know about the importance of health insurance among the immigrant community. We need more opportunity for immigrants to have the access to healthcare and the healthy lifestyle with all the benefits. Thank you.
My name is Santos Herminia. I'm 18 years old. I'm from El Salvador. I come here when I was 15 years old in 2013. I am here to share with you about my story. I am here to share with you about my story. I am here to share with you about my story. I am here to share with you about my story. I am here to share with you about my story. I am here to share with you about my story. I am here to share with you about my story. I am here to share with you about my story. I am here to share with you about my story. I am here to share with you about my story. I am here to share with you about my story. I am here to share with you about my story. I am here to share with you about my story. I am here to share with you about my story. I am here to share with you about my story. I am here to share with you about my story. I am here to share with you about my story. I am here to share with you about my story. I am here to share with you about my story. I am here to share with you about my story. I am here to share with you about my story. I am here to share with you about my story. I am here to share with you about my story. I am here to share with you about my story. I am here to share with you about my story. I am here to share with you about my story. I am here to share with you about my story. I am here to share with you about my story. I am here to share with you about my story. I am here to When I was 15 years old, I decided to leave my country, leave my family, especially my mother and my sister with whom I grew up. I didn't have father, and the reason why I decided to come here was because the education. I know the education is the best thing in the world. If you put a lot of passion, effort, you will get what you want. When I started school the first day, I didn't know any word in English. The teacher asked me, "What is your name?" I didn't know what I mean. After I did an assessment about science, I get an F. I didn't know what F meant. My classmates told me, "You need to improve." I was thinking about myself, how I will improve if I don't know what I'm doing it. Nobody's blaming. I transferred to another school after 1 month. I started ninth grade. I had to repeat ninth grade 2 years. I am doing 5 years in high school when it's supposed to be 4. The reason is because I took the classes in the ninth grade. I passed all my grades with A, but they weren't the correct credit to pass to 10th grade. And nobody told me that if I didn't get the correct classes, I don't will pass. I had to repeat the ninth grade. For the ninth grade, my GPA was 3.6. I transferred to another school, capital city, where I am right now. I have a lot of support, but I learned that I am depend more on myself. In my classes, I'm by myself. I have a really good grades. Sometimes I have to stay after school. The last year, I have 2 jobs. I have like 3 or 4 programs for the whole year. I have the school. And still I pass with 3.5 my GPA. Right now, I'm in junior high school. And I think so the best thing in this country is that we have a lot of opportunities. And we have our passion. And we learn how it's life. We learn how to balance our life. We will get what we want. And what I want is to be an immigration lawyer. Because I know how to feel when the community help you. And I have a speaking about that. When my lawyer helped me to get my papers, my permission to work, I can feel how other people feel when the community help you. And that's what I want in the future. I want to help my immigrant community. That's one of the reasons why we're doing our project. To show the people that we have power, that our stories is the best thing that we have. Nobody can tell our stories, only us. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Stacy. Thank you again for inviting me, and it's a pleasure to be here. I want to talk a little more about trauma. That's how, like I say in the beginning, how how and during the middle school they bully me. That's causing me like trauma, like to hurt myself, and how like the health insurance provide me that kind of help, like to look for help in a counselor. And so I want to talk about my experience in that way, and how for me was a little hard to overcome that trauma, like to stop doing like hard like to myself, and try to do something and overcome that trauma. For 2 years, I was a little hard to be like feels like safe in the school, like to because of a bullying, like and stop going to school. So my parents decided to fill it or to apply for health insurance. That's helping me a lot because I start to go with a counselor and talk about what happened and how like many things that's affected like my life, and also like to not think for a future. So So that is the reason why I think you need to provide more health insurance, like to help all the students, because in the school bullying is common. Like is in other school, many documented or recently students or youth coming to these countries are affected because they don't know like the language, and they suffer of bullying for other classmates. So that is something like you need to provide more information for those youth, like to they are not alone, like they can get a help from a counselor, or try like to find other ways to they cannot pay, because this youth, like when they suffer bullying, they stop like going to school because they feel afraid to go again and doing the same thing. And so that is, I think you need to create a more programs or about the health insurance to help those youth, and that's like to overcome like those as how's it going? I don't know how to say it in English. Okay. Básicamente para superar todos esos desafíos y retos que no es fácil, like cuando uno llega acá y del bullying que uno sufre simplemente por no saber like the language, o son burla de los demás, de los demás jóvenes que hablan bien the language y que básicamente han vivido toda su vida acá. So yo quiero decir básicamente de que prohíben más ayuda a los jóvenes, y para los que llegan recién llegados que no tienen seguro médico, que básicamente dejan la escuela porque los estudiantes les hacen bullying y ya no quieren regresar más porque no encuentran ayuda o dónde poder expresar lo que sienten y lo que está pasando. Ya, gracias.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Marvin Mundo, and to you guys, a surprise, I'm also from El Salvador. Before leaving tonight, I want to say thank you to all of you who are present tonight. Thank you for allowing us to share a little bit about our stories and all of the circumstances that we faced. Thank you for allowing us to share a little bit about our community, what they have to endure, and all of the things that they have faced. I also want to say thank you to Rachel for being there for us, allowing us to express ourselves and not be afraid of saying who we are, and actually making us feel proud of who we actually are, even though many people don't see it that way. Thank you to Oliver. To be honest, he's one of the only people I've ever spoken to about my journey, because I feel that's very personal. It belongs only to me. But through this project, I share with everybody of you everything that I've been through and everything we've been through together. Our willingness to speak to you guys about ourselves tonight is not to seek glory or pity. We just want to we want to ignite the spark of change. Any of you who believes there's a problem to be solved can actually see through us everything that is going on today. There is a huge chance that many of you cannot relate to what we've been through, and probably will never be able to relate what we've been through. But it doesn't mean that you're not like us, because we share a common goal. And everybody of us, we owe a duty of care to each and everyone. You're probably not gonna ever understand the decisions we made, or the tears we cry, nor the limits we have expanded. But together, we can make everything possible. Adults, from the moment we enter school, they teach us how much and how important it is for us to work as a team, to make it together, because that's the only way we can make a difference. But nowadays we have chosen to enter this society and be only for us. We choose to say, I'm the only one that matters, and we ignore everything that is going on around us. That individualistic mentality makes us ignore how much everybody around us is suffering, how much everybody around us is feeling in the inside. And the people who live this way, they choose not to say anything about it. Everything we've been through, we keep it to ourselves because it's way too hard for us to find one person that cares about it. Hopefully, united, we can make a difference. To those who choose to help, mountains become higher and the water becomes deeper, but life becomes sweeter because you see how much you've changed and how much you've helped another person overcome all of their obstacles. And in this society that we live in today, our community, our teenagers, everybody's expected to fail, even from the get-go, not even making any effort. You're just expected to fail because you don't have papers, because you don't speak the language, or because you sound like I do when I speak. Things may seem bleak. Everything going on around us is making it tougher. As we've seen, some people take us, the undocumented community, as tokens that they can move around and they can choose to help or not help only because of their own sake. People have always promised us that they're going to allow us to have an opportunity in this country. But in many occasions, that is not the case. You may see us, all 5 of us here, making what some people call the dream, but this is not a real dream because we've suffered so much. And I must remind everybody of you before leaving tonight that we've been the lucky ones because we're alive. There's many of us that crossing the border have died. There's many of us that have lost family members. And if you think we've been through a lot, think about how much they've been through, because it's not only us. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming this afternoon. It really means a lot to have you here. And thank you, Oliver, for bringing the exhibit here. I think this is the first time it's been out public in DC, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
So thank you so much. This has been a real gift and has made the